you're going to do is just clasp your hands together. For some people, like you were doing a prayer in a relaxed manner, okay? And you want to get present to how this feels. When I do this in audiences and I ask people to shout out how they feel, a lot of times I hear comfortable, familiar, relaxed, in prayer, those kinds of responses. Now, what you want to do next is switch your thumbs. If your right thumb is on top, switch and make your left thumb and vice versa. And then relace your hands inside of that new thumb design. Okay? Now for this, you want to now be present to how this feels. And what I get when I do this in audiences is that I get really negative responses. I get like uncomfortable, wrong, bad, negative, like weird. And this activity is just such a simple but profound activity because we have a negative emotional reaction to what we're not used to. So we know that this one isn't good and this one is bad. You know, there's not moral good and bad or right or wrong. But this one, the first one, is what we're used to. And the second one is what we're not used to. And so one of the pieces of this cultural conditioning in society now is we are trained emotionally to have a negative reaction to things we're not used to. But instead of falling into that, we can step back and actually release that initial reaction and then be thoughtful about considering how we really feel about this. Because, you know, when I think about this initially, I'm like, ew. But when I start being with it, I'm like, that's not ew, that's just different. So really, really helpful tool in these times of extreme divisiveness, to remember that a lot of times we fall into the divisiveness because it's just something we're not used to, and that we can just relax into really evaluating something for its real value instead of being reactive. And it also will help connection between people that are different from us because we won't have this strong initial negative reaction. We can start to open up to things that we're not used to and things that are different.